What if I told you there's a simple, affordable food that could help you feel 10 years younger, giving you steadier energy, calmer joints, sharper memory, and even the kind of deep sleep you thought was gone forever? Most Americans over 60 don't wake up refreshed anymore. They wake up with stiffness in their knees, fog in their minds, and a body that feels heavy before the day even begins. Nights aren't kinder. Restless sleep leaves them dragging through the morning. Does that sound familiar? Here's my personal promise to you. If you stay with me until the end of this conversation, you will not only know the name of this overlooked superfood, you'll also have one clear, practical step you can take this very week to begin feeling stronger, more energetic, and more in control of your health. Because aging is not about surrendering. More often than not, it's not the years that steal your vitality, it's what's missing from your plate. And in just a few minutes, I'll show you exactly how to bring it back. But first, take a moment to subscribe. That way, you won't miss any of my upcoming health insights that could add both years to your life and life to your years. Growing older often feels less like a celebration and more like a silent trade. You trade the freedom of moving without pain for the careful calculation of each step. You trade restful nights for hours of staring at the ceiling. You trade confidence in your memory for the uneasy laugh when a familiar name escapes you. Have you felt it? That moment when your body tells you, you can't keep up anymore. Maybe it's the stairs that seem taller than they used to. Maybe it's the grocery bags that suddenly feel heavier. Or maybe it's that sinking feeling when you forget why you walked into a room. And the hardest part? It's not just the discomfort. It's the loss of control. The quiet fear that tomorrow might be harder than today. That your independence could slip away little by little, until one day you find yourself depending on others for the simplest tasks. I've seen this fear written on countless faces. People in their 60s, 70s, even 80s, all asking the same silent question. Is this just aging, or is there something I can do? Here's the truth. While none of us can stop the clock, much of what feels like aging is really the body crying out for fuel it no longer receives. And the numbers don't lie. Research shows that nearly 4 out of 5 adults over 60 lack the nutrients needed to keep their energy steady, their hearts strong, and their minds sharp. Does any of this sound familiar to you? If so, I'd like you to share your experience in the comments. Because when you speak up, you're not just telling your story, you're reminding someone else they're not alone. And in just a moment, I'll reveal why the solution isn't complicated, expensive, or hidden in a prescription bottle. In fact, it may already be sitting quietly in your kitchen, waiting to change the way you age. Now, you may be asking yourself, who is this man telling me all this? My name is Dr. Jonathan Miller. For more than 30 years, I've walked side by side with older adults through the quiet frustrations, the sleepless nights, and the joyful breakthroughs. I've seen what aging can steal if we let it run unchecked. And I've seen what happens when we push back, when we nourish the body the right way, when we give it exactly what it's been missing. The difference can feel like rewinding the clock 10 years. But here's what still shocks me. Even after decades of practice, most of the suffering I witness isn't inevitable. It's preventable, and it often comes down to one blind spot, a missing piece that almost nobody talks about. Think of your body as a car you've been driving for 60, 70, even 80,000 miles. You wouldn't ignore an empty fuel tank or squeaky brakes, would you? Yet every day I meet people who are running their engines dry, not because they don't care, but because no one ever told them what fuel they truly need at this stage of life. And here's the part that should make you lean in. What I'm about to share with you is not another fad, not another expensive supplement, not another false promise. It's something humble, often overlooked, but proven by research to restore energy, sharpen memory, and even protect your heart. That's a bold claim, isn't it? But stay with me, because in just a moment, I'll tell you about someone I met who was struggling badly, until one small change turned their life around. And I'll show you how you can make that same change, starting today. Most people think the secret to aging well lies in expensive supplements or miracle pills. But the truth? Sometimes the most powerful medicine is sitting quietly on a grocery shelf, ignored. That food is lentils. Now, before you dismiss it, let me show you why ignoring lentils after 60 is like throwing away years of energy, memory, and independence. Right finger muscle and strength, the body's foundation. After 60, the body naturally loses muscle at an alarming rate, up to 3% every year. That's why so many people suddenly struggle with simple tasks, climbing stairs, opening jars, even standing up from a chair. Here's the shocking part. 1 cup of lentils contains 18 grams of protein, nearly as much as a chicken breast, but without the cholesterol or heavy fat that damages the heart. Think of it this way. Protein is the scaffolding that keeps your house from collapsing. Without it, walls crack, floors sag. Lentils are like bringing in a strong crew of builders every single day, quietly repairing what age is trying to take away. Right finger fiber, the forgotten shield. Americans over 60 get, on average, less than half the daily fiber they need. That lack of fiber shows up as constipation, belly fat, spiking blood sugar, and even higher cholesterol. Here's where lentils shine. 1 cup has 15 grams of fiber, 5 times more than whole wheat bread. A 2018 Nutrition Journal study found that people who ate lentils just 3 times a week cut their risk of type 2 diabetes by 35%. Imagine avoiding years of insulin injections with a humble bowl of soup. Right finger nutrients that protect the brain and heart. The brain after 60 needs more care than ever. Low folate levels, common in seniors, are linked to a 69% higher risk of dementia, American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. 1 cup of lentils delivers nearly all the folate you need in a day. Then there's magnesium and potassium, both natural blood pressure regulators. Remember this: 2 out of 3 Americans over 60 battle high blood pressure. Lentils help ease that burden, naturally. And don't forget iron. Low iron leaves you feeling weak and tired, like a phone forever stuck at 10%. Lentils quietly recharge your battery. Right finger, the cost of neglect versus the price of health. When I showed this to Linda, a woman I met at the store, she almost laughed in disbelief. A 1-pound bag of lentils costs just $2, making 8 cups when cooked. That's 25 cents per serving. Let me ask you, how much do you spend every month on medications, supplements, or processed foods that only mask the symptoms of aging? What if you could actually feed your body what it's missing, for pennies? Right finger, the overlooked key to independence. Here's the part most people miss. It's not just about living longer. It's about living better. Being able to bend down without pain. Remembering your grandchildren's names. Walking into the kitchen and cooking for yourself. That independence often slips away quietly. Meal by meal, choice by choice. But every serving of lentils is a choice to hold on longer. Linda tried them, twice a week. Nothing fancy. Within weeks, her digestion was smoother. Her afternoon crashes disappeared. She told me, "I finally feel like my body is working with me again, not against me." Right finger, the question that changes everything. So I'll ask you now, why are you ignoring lentils? Not out of taste, not out of cost, not out of effort. Those barriers are illusions. The truth is, every day you skip them, you may be giving up strength, memory, and precious years with your family. So here's my challenge to you. Put lentils on your list today. Cook 1 cup, twice this week. Because science is clear, lentils protect your heart, fuel your muscles, steady your blood sugar, and feed your brain. And if one simple choice can help you live stronger, sharper, and longer, isn't it worth 20 minutes at the stove? Let's step back for a moment. What have we uncovered today? A food that costs pennies, yet offers protein to protect fading muscles, fiber to steady blood sugar, folate to guard the brain, and minerals to keep the heart beating strong. That food is lentils, the superfood most Americans over 60 ignore, but can no longer afford to overlook. Think about Linda, standing in the grocery aisle with her basket full of processed meals. She thought she was choosing convenience, but in reality, she was choosing weakness, fatigue, and decline, the moment she replaced even 2 of those meals with lentil-based dishes. Her story began to change: more energy, steadier digestion, sharper focus. And here's the truth you cannot escape. Every choice you make at the dinner table writes the next chapter of your life. Right finger, will it be a chapter of slow decline, lost independence, and medical bills? Right finger, or will it be a chapter of strength, clear memory, and years of walking side by side with the people you love? The science is not vague, it is crystal clear. Seniors who eat lentils regularly enjoy lower risks of diabetes, dementia, heart disease, and frailty. These are not abstract numbers. These are years of life, years that could belong to you. So here is my personal commitment to you. If you add just 1 cup of lentils twice a week, I believe you will feel a difference within weeks, in your energy, in your digestion, and even in your mood. And if you stay consistent, this small act will do what no pill can: extend your strength, independence, and vitality. But promises mean nothing without action. So, I'm asking you, no, I'm challenging you, make that choice today. Write lentils on your shopping list. Try them this week, and come back to share your results with me in the comments. Because this is not just about eating better, it's about reclaiming control over your future. And if one humble food can help you walk longer, think clearer, and laugh louder with your grandchildren, isn't it worth trying?